Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Oh, I think it's hello. There we are. Hi, everybody. Annie. Hi, sweet Annie. Thank you for being here. Okay, let me send this out and then we'll get the music playing. Happy FriYay. Hello, everybody. Ricky Josie. Good morning. Good morning. There it is. Thank you so much, Annie, for doing that. Kathy Hand, I see you. All right, let me play the music and I'll keep sending it out to people. Let it snow. Yes, snow. Snow. All right, it's 14 degrees here this morning.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't it so come on, let's play. Forget the rush you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
All right. What a great day. Have a great day. Julie, did you get a whole lot of snow or just a little bit of snow? Is the drought affecting me? I don't know. I have no idea if we have a drought or not. We don't have snow. I know that much. Good morning, Brookie. And yes, happy FriYay. Okay, so let's go into our hearts. Hand on your heart. And slow down the breathing. And then what do? We add in love, compassion, joy, that beautiful feel-good energy, whatever puts a smile on your face, because spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. And the more that you breathe it into your heart, the more you realize that. You'll know that you're loved. And you're right here in this place where that's all that we are is love. We're unconditional in our love. We welcome you with open arms, whoever's coming in, and we love on each other every day. So let's see who else. Brookie got a couple of inches of snow. All right. I bet that's pretty. I love seeing snow. Robin, good morning, Robin Waters Dykes. So good to have you here this morning. So How's everybody doing? FriYay. Do you have a yay? I love yays. What's a yay? Oh my gosh. Well, we don't have snow. we have extreme cold. And it's another yay. It's Friday. I love Fridays. It just has a different flavor to it. Like, oh, yay, let's do something fun today, right? Are you going to have a yay today, Peas? Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear what you got for today. And then I'm going to read the blog that the angels wrote last night. And it's called Facing Fear. Anybody ever have to face a fear? I tell you, it's no fun, is it? So not everything that is faced can be changed, and nothing can be changed until it's faced. We have a yay from Robin. Sarah got the pathology report all clear for the mass. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Fear can keep us away from so many blessings. I find it interesting that as humans, we're only born with two fears: the fear of falling and the fear of loud noises. Everything else is a result of experiences we have or teachings from our caregivers. Isn't it interesting then that fear is one of our biggest obstacles to overcome to really have wonderful experiences? Part of me wishes we could eradicate the word and the emotion, while a more sensible part of me knows that fear has its place, like with bears or ledges. It serves a purpose to make us aware and thus keeps us safe. However, is that fear, or is it just an awareness that if we make decisions regarding certain things, such as standing up to a bear or walking up on a ledge, it might not end well for us? If indeed it is just an awareness helping us to make better choices, then the best thing we can do in life is to face whatever our perceived threat is head on and move forward instead of being frozen in fear. Dear angels, being in a state of fear means that we have come out of our heart, where only love is real, and into our head, where we overthink and convince ourselves that we could be in danger. Dear ones, indeed, you buy into the stories you create in your head, sometimes even while being shown the reality which is opposite of your fears. Releasing the fear does not have to be complicated. Face it in your now moment, dissect it so that you can see all the parts of it, including where it was birthed inside of you. To get back to your sense of safety, stop trying to convince yourself that your story is real. Breathe and return to your heart. You will find that the ledge you are standing on is less daunting, and you can decide to back away from it with helping hands to safely allow you to step down. Know who you can reach out to in the moments where you forget to stay centered and are teetering on the brink of falling. Stay in your heart, dear ones. Stay where you know that you are loved and that it is the only place that is real. Dear angels, today I promise to keep aware at all times and stay in my heart to be able to see the reality instead of the story. I love that, when we can see the reality and know that that story that we tell ourselves, sometimes our mind just plays tricks on us and tells us that we're not safe and tells us things that are a lie. Fear is a lie. And I've said that out loud recently. I've just said, fear, you're a liar. I am safe. I am secure. There's no reason to be afraid at this moment. And so we just need to dissect it, just like what it said. All right, so let's see what else you got and see what your response is to standing up to fear. And Brookie says, our furnace was acting up, but the service guy was able to come fix it before the storm and the bitter cold arrived. Well, hooray for that, Brookie. And yes, Robin, decisions. Decisions. We make them every moment of every day. Blue, there you are, and you've got snow. Wow. I'd love to see that because I know Vermont's beautiful anyway, but with that white stuff on it, I am sure it's even more than beautiful. Carrie, good morning, sweet one. Pride and fear rob us of our free will. They certainly do. Going into that ego mind, that monkey mind, where it's not real, it's just chatter. And are you listening to the chatter? If you find yourself starting to listen to that chatter, then go back to your heart. Do the heart brain. When we breathe into our heart center, we're going home. We're going where we know that that's all there is. That's all there is what we have in our heart. Love is the only thing that's real. Deirdre, you don't have fear. Yeah, we reached that stage where it's like, no, I am not going to feed into that. I'm not going to feed that fear. And we have that choice. Are you going to feed the fear? It's like feeding the bear. It's going to attack you if you feed it. Or are you going to say, I trust, I believe, and I know what's real. I know who is guiding me, and there is nothing to be afraid of with that. Fear is the mind killer. Yeah, Ricky, it sure is. Okay, so let's see if Kuan Yin can chime in on that. And I still want your yays. You're not going to get away without giving me a yay. So what you got for me this morning? Let's see what Kuan Yin has this morning. Unpredictable grace. It is not lack of courage that makes you question the path before you sometimes. It is uncertainty. There is no need to doubt, just steps to take, one after the other. And as you do this, all can then unfold as it must, with the blessing of my powerful, if unpredictable grace. Thank you, Kuan Yin. I love this card for us. And yes, she's speaking to that fear. It's not the fear that makes us question the path. It's the uncertainty. So when we're facing something we've never faced before, it doesn't have to be fearful. We don't have to say, oh, I don't know if I can do this. We just breathe. Just breathe into your heart. Just know that you are worthy, you are deserving, and leave that fear behind because it doesn't have to be there. Carrie says, my mantra lately, today is a great day. I am in complete control. I am open and ready to receive great things in Jesus' name. I say this every morning 3 times. That's a great mantra, Carrie. I love that. And thank you for sharing that with us this morning. Kathy Hand, our furnace is acting up. Bob will have to work on it again. It's a dirty job, an oil furnace with black soot everywhere, and prayers that he can fix it. Well, we'll definitely get behind that prayer, Kathy, because I know it's winter and it's cold and you need the heat. Kathleen, Mama Hada Bear, good morning. Thank you for being here, sweet one. We're talking about fear this morning, Mama Hotto Bear. I wonder what Hotto has to say about fear. You know, Kathleen taught us a lot at the retreat, and Dr. Emoto is someone who has really worked with how our emotions affect us and how it affects everything, the water that we drink, the water we bathe in. So I'd be interested to see, and I know it's been done by him, I'd be interesting to see what fear looks like when you speak fear over water. And I'm sure that it's not a pretty sight. So yeah, all of those heavy emotions, those dense emotions like fear and hatred and ugliness, you know, all of that low vibration stuff just creates an energy of heaviness. If you'll notice, I'll just challenge you to do a little experiment today on yourself and speak words of love to yourself. You know, we are mostly water. And so when we speak that love and we tell ourselves how beautiful and amazing and powerful and wonderful we are, it does make a difference. And we're going to feel it. We're going to feel that difference when we start telling ourselves that story. Because what story are we buying into? I choose to buy into that one, to the good one, the one that lifts me up and makes my vibration higher so that I can stay higher. If your vibration is high and you're feeling that lightness of your soul, you're going to lift above all of that denseness. You're going to lift above the fear. You're going to lift above impossible and know that everything is possible according to God's divine plan. So I challenge you today, talk to yourself in that way. Say some of those wonderful things to yourself, the things that you want to hear. Do you want to hear that you're amazing? Then say it. Maybe write it. Write it out and then say it out loud. It doesn't matter if other people hear you. What does it matter? You know, you're the only one that's important as far as what you are saying to yourself. It's only you. So say it. Just do it, like Nike says. And Julie Kiss says, prayers for you and my daughter. She has no heat for 4 days now. Oh my goodness, Julie, I can't imagine. Do you all at least have an alternative? Do you have a fireplace? Maybe you can have a fire going and just snuggle up close to it under blankies. That's what I'd be doing. I'd find a place to build a fire. Rookie says, fear has been rearing its ugly head quite a bit with certain unknowns as of late. I have been resetting the feeling again and again, trusting in God's plan to unfold as it's meant to, keeping a positive outlook and thinking only the best thoughts around the situation. I am truly blessed and so grateful for all of the angels, the guides, family, friends, and ancestors watching over and looking out for me. Brookie, sweet one. I'm going to wrap my arms around you, and let's all do that. Let's all wrap our arms around our Brookie. You're such a beautiful soul. Oh, Brookie, you came to my mind yesterday. I was working with a client, and I shared with him Qigong. And I think that would be the best thing for him because he needs some movement, but he's not able to do a whole lot of movement. And so I sent him a little video introducing him to Qigong. And you just really came to my mind because had I not known what it was all about, I wouldn't have had that tool to share with someone. So thank you. Thank you, Brookie, for your love and your light and for all that you bring to us. Such a beautiful soul. So release that fear. Let it go. You don't need it. You don't need the fear. Read the blog again. I read it out loud, but read the words and let all those words sink in so that you know that that's a story. It doesn't have to be that story. Tell yourself a different one. Blue says, Teri, the Fae have their hands over their ears at experiments with water and any negative sort. They say love experiment of the truth of love. They're freaking out. That's what we're doing. We're doing an experiment with love, Blue and Fae. We are telling ourselves a story today that we are loved, that we are light, that we are amazing. Any of the powerful words that bring you to a good place. That's the challenge today. That's what I want you to do. Nothing negative. No, that's those stories we tell all the time when we go into our heads. No, it's only love today. Good morning, Miss Joanne. Thank you for being here. And Kathleen says, I will look through the water crystals and see if we have one for fear and faith. Actually, people think the opposite of fear is faith, but it's really love. Yeah, it really is. When we get out of our head, which is where that story is, that we're not good enough or we're not worthy, and we go into our heart, the only thing that's real is love. So that's what we're doing. We're just going into love every moment that you can. If you happen to get out of that and you find yourself being a little anxious or less aware, and that's the thing, and that's what the angels brought out in the blog. Less aware means that we go into our head and we start trying to figure things out. Every time that I try to figure something out, it doesn't turn out good, and it's not the right way to do it. So I just trust. This whole journey has been about trusting. So Robin, we are praying for Ben, who is a friend's grandbaby with a high fever. We most certainly will put Ben in our beautiful prayer list and in that prayer circle this morning. Annie, you're needing some positive energy sent your way. Send it to yourself as well, Annie. We're going to do it, but you do it as well. You tell yourself there is nothing to be afraid of. Just go into that part of you that knows the real story, that knows you're worthy, that knows that you are enough. So do that all day long. Just keep reminding yourself, keep saying to yourself, I am enough. I am enough. Blue says we are all moving into 5D. The past is coming up and going into 5D feels tight, kind of like you're fitting into a suit that's too tight. There's no room for fear and only truth. As all of this is coming up as we move on up. With that said, there is still the choice, and we don't have to go further than you are. No, we all have that choice. And not everybody is ready for that 5D energy. Not everybody understands it. It feels so foreign, but it doesn't have to be foreign. Just keep telling yourself, I am enough. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I am listening with open heart to the guidance of the angels. Sweet Ben, he has epilepsy and now he has COVID. Oh, let's send him that beautiful love from all of our hearts. We're going to go into our prayers in just a minute. So let's put Ben and Annie and our Auntie Jean. Let's put them all right there in the middle of that circle. Yes, Annie, keep telling yourself the right story. Keep telling yourself how beautiful you are. And Brookie says, beautiful. Thank you for sharing Qigong with your client and for the fabulous encouragement around my situation. Honey, you're the best. I am just your mirror right here talking to you. And you're hearing the words that are in your heart. So listen to your heart. Don't go back into that story that your head is telling. Don't overanalyze. And, I keep going back to that line that the angel said in the blog. dissect it, dissect that fear. And the way you do that, if it's lying to you, which fear does, just take it apart and say, in this moment, in this holy now moment, am I safe? In this now moment, is everything working perfectly according to God's divine plan? Sometimes we can't see it that way. Sometimes we have to look back to see the perfection of what happened, see all of our footsteps in the snow that were there as we moved along. But don't feed the fear. You feed that fear, it's going to not be so good because it's going to grow. So don't feed anything that's going to take you into that direction. Feed the good thoughts, feed the beauty, the love, the really amazing journey that you are on. You are here on purpose. There's no accident or coincidence that you're here right now. You're here for such a time as this, when we're seeing all those changes and we're seeing our world shift into that 5D energy. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia, for world peace, and attention to human trafficking. Indeed. Joanne, so happy to see you this morning. How's our little baby doing? I hope that he's feeling okay and really lifting little Eris up. And Joanne says, surrounding you with love and light, Annie. Yes, we all are. We're putting you right in the middle of that circle this morning, Annie, along with our Brookie and little Ben and Eris and whoever else we need to put in there. So y'all let us know if there's others, and praying for everyone that's without heat, that's in this cold this morning. I know it's cold here, so I can imagine with all that snow and what's going on where you all are. And Brookie, praying that all who are struggling with the cold due to furnace woes, etc., find solutions and get cozy and warm again real soon. Me too, Brookie. Yes, it's the most immediate step we can take, is going into that positive light and really focusing on what's real. Focus on the real, not the unreal that your head is trying to tell you. Oh, little Eris has another cold. Sounds like our Auntie Jean. You know, she had the cold and then she felt a little better and now it's knocked her down again. I spoke with her yesterday and she sounds a little better. So let's all just keep lifting her up, getting all that cold out of her system so that she can be the best she can be and be right here with us. Oh, Ricky, you've been doing Qigong for 3 years and saving your life. It's amazing. Every day, Brookie would guide us into a Qigong exercise at the retreat. And so beautiful, Brookie. Thank you for that. Thank you for the gift of you. And Blue says, Brookie, you have worked hard for this now. You are deserving. You are loved. You are. And Annie says, thank you all. Grayson and myself love you all so much. Oh, that sweet little one. I hope he's doing good, Annie. I hope he doesn't have any of that cold stuff going on. I know he did for a little bit. Mama Hada Bear says, there is no fear in the creator that made us out of itself. So in truth, there can be no fear in us. It's a falsehood that we can change. Absolutely. You know, when they were sharing with me in the blog that the only thing that we have when we come into our existence, it's universal, that we all have a fear of falling. And that has been really my biggest fear in life. I have a fear of heights. And I know it's unreasonable. I know it's unreal. So I'm going to start doing what the angels told me in the blog last night, to dissect it. It's not real. So look at it and say, no, there's nothing to be afraid of. And if I'm out standing on a ledge, which I don't choose to do, but if I ever am, then there's nothing there to be afraid of, just the fear itself. So dissecting it means you're asking, is it real? Is it real? Is there something right here to be afraid of? And there isn't. It's all a lie. So stay out of the lie. Stay out of those stories in your head that are telling you that you're not worthy or that you're not enough, because you most certainly are. Sally De La Rosa, good morning to you and Tony. Thank you for being here. And Sally says, good morning. We almost missed being able to wish everyone a beautiful and blessed FriYay. Yes, it is. It's that day to celebrate. Every day is a day to celebrate, but Friday has a special little flavor all its own. And so we talk about our yays on Friday. Kathleen, you missed the blog. The blog is called Facing Fear. And yes, I encourage anyone to go read that and read it more than once. Sometimes I have to do that. So when I'm writing the blog, it's channeled in. So as I'm writing it, I really don't know all the beauty of it until I revisit it and I go back and read it again. And most of the time I have to read it before I post it, because I'm like, did I make sense in what I said, or the question that I posed to the angels? Their part always makes sense. Sometimes mine gets a little wonky, but yeah, they talk to us about the fact that there's nothing to fear. And I love that. Oh, Robin, thank you for being with us, honey. And yes, stay in that beautiful heart of yours, Robin. And thank you for sharing with us the good news about Sarah and for bringing us Ben so we know to lift him up. It's Friday, Ricky, and everything is working perfectly. I haven't seen our Marietta. Sometimes she just listens and she doesn't chime in until we call her out, and then she'll tell us something. But, you know, I love that she has taught us so much. And one of the things that she did teach us is that phrase, everything is working perfectly. And it is. Everything is. It might not look like it. It might look daunting. It might look like, oh, you know, fear is real. But tell it, no, fear, you're a liar. And when you do that and you stay in your heart, as Marietta has taught us, that heart, that love, that smile, that's everything. So let it lift you. And Sally says, I'm okay with being afraid of heights. I tried to face my fear by jumping off a 95-foot high cliff. I did it twice and I'm good. I developed this fear after having children. There was no fear as a child. There's not. You know, this is what even scientists are saying, that fear is a conditioned energy. And, you know, we're taught what to fear. So no, just say no. Just say no to fear and say yes to love, and stay in your hearts today. And there she is, our beautiful heart lady. Thank you, Marietta, for being here. Oh, you're going to go light the grid. Well, will you make sure that you have Ben in the grid, please, Blue? He was brought to us by Robin this morning. And if there's anyone else that we need to lift up today, let's do that. And let's go into our hearts, where we know that only love is real. There's only love and light. And if we're out of our heart, we're going to go into all of that other energy. Don't go there. Just put that caution sign up. Anytime you start feeling that little angst, just say, I'm going back into my heart. I'm going back to my happy place, my place where I know that I'm safe. There is nothing to be scared of in my heart, because it's just pure unconditional love. All right, so we go into our heart with the breath, and let's do that as Blue Jean is lighting the grid for all of us, and thank you for doing that. So go into your heart, that beautiful place, that beautiful energy that's like, you can breathe, you can relax. You know that you're home as Ram Dass teaches us, we're all going home to love, because that does feel like home when we go in there. You already have him. Awesome. Thank you, Blue. And Annie says, Truby Neal, he fell last night. His cancer is spreading. I think we have him in the grid. I think we do, honey, but I'll make sure he's on the list. And Sally says, we have 2 more festive Fridays left. So much energy passes through the center on these days. Ben is my grandson. Oh, I think I met Ben. Didn't I meet Ben when I was in Michigan with you, Sally? I think I did. So yeah, let's lift that little one up. Ricky, prayers for all our P's and their families. And Brookie says, love you all. Maxwell is sending kicks and fist bumps. Yes, indeed. Okay. So let's just be still. In the stillness, in the silence, all of that mind chatter stops. Go right into your heart where it's peaceful, it's loving, it's welcoming. And as you enter your heart with the breath, just start talking to yourself. I am safe. I am enough. I am a being of love and light, and I choose to stay there. I choose to tell that story. Everything else falls away. Everything else is in the background, maybe knocking on the door, waiting for you to pay attention to it. But don't. Just stay in the love. Stay in what you know. You know who you are. When you breathe into your heart, you feel it. There's a feeling that can't be described. There's a feeling that says, you're awesome. You're amazing. You're a spark of the divine. Hold on to that. Hold on to that spark. Just like our blue is lighting a spark to light up that grid, light it inside of you. Let's all light up right now. See the sparks in each other. See that beautiful love energy that's right in your heart. And as we all light our hearts, it sends out that love light even further into the world so others can see it. Now breathe in that love once more. And we're going to start pouring it over the grid. We're going to pour it over our long list. All those beautiful people that are on the list that you brought here. You brought them. And we're lifting up each and every one of them. There's certain ones that we're speaking love over today. We're speaking more love over Brookie and Maxwell. We're speaking love over Auntie Jean, over our Annie, Ben. Just send that love. Baby Era's putting all our babies in there. Baby Wyatt, Baby Haven. Let's lift up our young ones. Then we lift this energy as high as we can lift it, because we're all lifting together and we're going into the lightness of our souls. We can lift it to the Creator, and we can ask that each prayer be seen, heard, acknowledged, and answered for the best and highest of all. Remembering that we are all one. So what's affecting one of us is affecting all of us. And releasing anything that's trying to come in other than love. Only love and light is welcome here. Hold on to that mantra. Speak that mantra over yourself as I'm speaking it over all of us. Only love and light is welcome here. And now let's give that love to each other. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And yes, Sally, I thought that was one of your grandchildren that I met was Ben. Oh, that's right. And I said, and you're the amazing Ben. And his face lit up like crazy. I remember that so well, and just love that little guy. So we're let him know that we are all lifting him up today. Oh, that's right, Kathleen. That little Maxwell, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And Marietta says, stay in your heart because healing energy activates radical transformation. That's the heart. All right. I think it's time for Leo so we can get out of here and have a most amazing day. Make it a yay day, whatever's going on. Even if you're cold, it could be a yay. Just snuggle in a little bit. Get yourself all wrapped up. It's winter time, so it's layer time. I had, I think, 4 layers on yesterday. I got to drive to Denver and take my friend Denise and her daughter. They're flying into Buffalo. I can't imagine. It's cold enough here, but to fly into upstate New York, no thank you. So, yes, Sally, they were so sparkly, and he was so amazing. He was just a breath of fresh air. So let him know I remember him and that we are all praying for him and lifting him up. You're in a storm warning until tomorrow morning. Snuggle in. Just if you have a fireplace, get a fire going or snuggle under some blankets. All right, let's find Leo. And let me see if I can get to him here. Leo, where are you? There he is. All right, AAA, y'all.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on, come on. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. One on the peace for peace, on a mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top here. The coffee's always hot and the truth is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always more space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept, align, allow.
of joy every day at 8. Just start the day on a high five, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Yeah. Morning cup of full of joy every day at 8. Just start the day on a high five, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the peas and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Yeah. Cup of joy. Cup of joy.
Woo! Thank you, Leo. And thank you, Peas. Thank you for being here this morning. So much love to all of you. Stay in your hearts. When you're out of your heart, you go into that head, that thinking energy. Stay in your heart today and just keep giving yourself love. Keep feeding the love and let that be what grows to make it a yay day for you. I love you so much. And I will see you later. Namaste, y'all. Bye, everybody.